Hi, this is H Trayford, the second half of the Cozy Krups lead duo, here with the week one update. It's the 13th of October, so looking forward to showing off some of what we've done during the past week. We've got a total of 11 commits for the week, which is total for 11 for the game, and two different contributors this week for a total of two for the game. So no surprises there, given it's the first week of the game, and we are complete with week one of 18. So the contributors were Cassidy and I, so that's great. Contributions: Cassidy created the museum artwork and added that to the tile sprite sheet, the tile set sprite sheet, and also updated the file that indicates whether or not those tiles can be collided with by the player, so you can't walk through them. Wouldn't want for you to be able to walk through the ceiling or the roof of the museum. And then Cassidy also created the day-night UI drawing, and is doing that kind of in-game, but it's not functional yet, so you can see that when I get to the demo. I improved the positioning of the title screen buttons. It used to be that when you resized the game, that the title screen buttons would float around. It is still the case that the character create buttons float around in that way. So I haven't gotten to that part of it yet, but the title screen buttons are kind of fixed in place now. I started using the entity manager, which already existed, and then created the inventory manager as well as the tool entities and the entity types associated with the different tools, so that we can start to display some of the tools in the UI at the bottom of the screen. So we'll see that in the demo, which we will start here right now. Now, one thing I haven't talked about yet that we probably need to mention is that in order for the Cozy Crops to run on your local machine, you need to run a local server. So the easiest way that I know of to do that is to go ahead and use VS Code for your editing, and then you can get the live server extension for VS Code. Is completely free, and you can just search for it. It'll be the number one item that pops up if you search for live server, and it'll have like 12 million downloads or something crazy. And then as soon as you have that downloaded and installed, you may have to restart VS Code, but after that, you'll get a go live button down here in the bottom right portion of your screen. And if you click that go live button, it'll switch over to this port 5500 or whatever it's set up for your machine, and then the game will launch. And so if you don't have that local server set up, the game won't run for you, and it'll be kind of frustrating to figure that out. If you're not going to use VS Code, that's fine. There are other options. In the team channel, we posted a link to a video that I recorded a while back, several months back, that shows, I think, 3 different ways to get a local server running on your computer. So you can use any of those if those are preferred for you. So back to the demo. So here's the title screen for Cozy Crops. So it'd be great to get a background image at some point. And so we've got our different buttons here. So we'll go ahead and start the game. And then that brings you to the game select screen. And as Cassidy pointed out last week, if you hit the C button here, the C key here, it will clear out any existing game saves that you have, so you can start over. Sometimes that will be important. Like, for example, my most recent update, I changed the game manager's initialization state. And so any old game saves you have will probably not run in the game after you've downloaded the most recent updates. And so the fix there is when you get to this screen, hit C, it'll take you down to just the new game. You can click new game and choose a name for your game, and then you can get to the character create screen. As I said before, if you resize your screen, all of these different buttons will float around kind of inconveniently, so you don't want to do that right now. We'll have to get that fixed. So here we are finally into the demo. You can see we've made some progress over what we had last week. We've moved the stamina bar down to the bottom. Now we're showing the UI bar at the bottom. You can see that I've got a watering can down here. Doesn't do anything except sit there right now, but we can draw a little bit of inventory stuff now, so that's great. And then Cassidy added the day-night indicator here so that we can get a sense of how much time is left each day. Now it doesn't work yet, but it's there. So the other thing we want to show is the museum. My poor little laptop is struggling a little bit to both render the game and record. So anyway, you can see the museum up here that Cassidy added for us. And you can't walk through the roof So that's the museum, and what will be going on in there eventually is that you can go in there and we'll display little plaques that indicate kind of game achievements that you've made as you've gone through the game. So that's the game demo that we have for this week. Let's switch back over to the slides. So that's the demo. We'll go over to the Vikunja board. Let's see, we'll switch over to that. And you see we are here on the 13th. I'm recording the video right now. And then I slid all of the items that were there, almost all of them here into the next week, due October 20th, and a few of the items down a little bit further than that. But if you look kind of big picture of the items that we have listed for this coming week, it's a lot of day-night cycle stuff, like reaching end of day, having a keyboard shortcut so the player can choose to end the day, having the day end, it displays a dark screen for you. Asks you, there's an opportunity to say yes, you want to end the day or not after the day ends, like your character is transported home, you wake up in your bed, your stamina has been restored. Like all of that kind of stuff is associated with what we would like to get done over the next week as we think about the day-night cycle. After that, we start getting really heavily into the farming stuff. So the day starts so you can farm. There's stuff to do with trees. There's stuff to do with actually planting the seeds and watering them. There's artwork associated with all of the different types of crops that we would like to be able to plant. There's also artwork associated with the animations so that the player can actually use the watering can and use the shovel or the hoe. So we've got artwork for all of that. And of course there's sound effects associated with planting seeds and digging and harvesting. So all of that stuff. So this coming week we get the day-night cycle, and then really rolling into the farming part of this. We can actually start to do something other than walk around in the game level or the game world. So that is the Vikunja board. So let's switch over back to the slides. And I think that's actually the last slide. So yes, if you haven't joined us, please do. We'd love to have you. We have lots of opportunities to do different things. There's obviously lots of code, lots of art, lots of sound effects. We've got a little bit of writing if you're interested in doing that. If you want to do like some layout on the game world, we need some of that. So lots of good opportunities for things. So please join us over in the Cozy Crops team channel. Thank you.